Hi everybody, it's Bob over at Mother Tucker Honey and Jam, and we're going to try and split a hive today. I'm not sure if it's ready, but we're going to look at it and see if it's ready to split. What's going on is this hive has gotten so big that if we don't split it, it's probably going to swarm, and we don't really want our hives to swarm. We'd rather go ahead and split them and make new hives rather than having them swarm. And there's a number of reasons behind that. We're not going to go into it right now. So we're going to smoke this up. Okay. Get some gloves on, which is always a good idea. Trying out a microphone today too. See if it works better than just a microphone on that. Okay, it looks like this is pretty full up here. Now, we're in the middle of the day, which means half of the bees that are here normally during the night are gone out looking for food, nectar and pollen. So I think this frame was empty a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And it's, ow, wow. This is absolutely completely full of honey. It's not capped yet, but it's completely full of honey. So it's full. Lots and lots of drone cells, which is a sign that they're trying to swarm and that it's spring. Lots of brood, lots of honey, lots of pollen. Okay. Okay, I'm going to lift this off. This probably weighs 50 or 60 pounds with all the stuff that's in it, all the honey and everything that's in it. No, maybe 40. Yeah, this is full down here too. So we're going to take this one off. Honey. More honey. Okay, these guys don't have, the queen doesn't have enough room to lay eggs. Boy, lots of brood. Lots of honey. Okay, this is full of brood and larvae. No queen cells. They'll grow new queens if they're about ready to swarm. So we don't have any queen cells. I don't have any look of a queen cell either. Lots and lots of drones. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and split this. And let me show you what we have to do. First of all, I'm going to put this back together a little bit, smoke them up. So the top part's full of a lot of honey and some brood, not much. Most of the brood's down here, but they really don't have room to grow because they've got so much honey and so much pollen and stuff that they really don't have room for the queen to lay anywhere. So we're going to take another deep. And we'll probably take 6 frames today, maybe 7. Those are all empty frames. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 5 or 6 frames from there and a couple frames from here, and we're going to put them up top in this. And then we're going to put a queen excluder. We'll put both of them back together. We'll put a queen excluder on there, and then all these frames we'll get rid of all the bees that are on them, and then those bees will come up into the top part. We'll explain that here in a minute. Okay, so what we want to do is start getting rid of bees that are on these frames right now. I'm going to go get my bee brush. Okay, so I have a bee brush to help get rid of the bees that are on these frames. Okay, this has got honey in it, so we're going to use this one, and it's got a little bit of pollen. We're going to make sure the queen's not on there, and we'll put that in here. We'll put an empty frame in there for them to grow, to start new. They're going to really start getting mad at me now. So this has lots of brood on it. No queen. So we want brood on the top. We need to leave them some brood as well so that they can continue to grow. Honey and eggs. Want that in there as well. Lots of pollen, lots of brood. Okay. Put that one in here. Lots of brood on this one, so they'll still have brood. We didn't get the queen in here. We know that. We either brushed her off or she's not in this section. So there we go. Place this with new stuff. And they'll build comb on this and let the queen grow on this really well in the next week or so. So she'll have room to lay eggs and all kinds of good stuff. Oh, man. So we'll put the top one back. This really makes the bees angry. Who wouldn't be messing up your home like this? Lots of larvae. Brush the bees off. Ooh, lots of drone. Okay, so now we have a bunch of new frames in here that they'll build on. We've got a bunch of brood and eggs and larvae in this set. And now what we want to do is, we know the queen's in here because that's why we brushed off all the bees. So the queen doesn't come up into this one. So now we're going to put down our queen excluder. The bees can get through this, the workers can get through this, but they can't get through, but the queen can't get through. So we want to keep the queen down here and make sure there's no queen coming up in the top one. So we put this one on top. Put the top back on, the inner cover, and the top. Okay, so this top one is empty of bees. What's going to happen is all the nurse bees are going to come up and start taking care of the brood that's in there. The queen can't come up. What we want to do is we want to have the queen stay down below, but then have a bunch of bees come up to the top. And then in a week, in about 3 or 4 days, we're going to take this away and put a new queen in it, and that'll start a whole brand new hive. And we'll have this hive will then have plenty of room to grow into, because we've added 6 new frames to it, 7 I think, of new frames that will allow them to grow, and they won't swarm. So that's the beginning of the split. Now we'll come back a few days later and we'll pull this off, and then we'll add a queen to it eventually. So that's a split.